Welcome to the Good Time Show, man. We got my long friend, aka amazing producer, calling into the show right now. Marcus Devine, the Heat Miser. What's going on, man?
What's up, Jada Great? How y'all doing? What's up, Francis?
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's good. That's good. So, man, it's been a long time, man, since I've heard from you. I see you still doing your thing. I'm so glad.
Yes, sir.
You've been producing and writing for a long time.
Yes, sir.
How many years?
It's been about 20 years, man.
Wow.
20 years.
Wow.
Okay, so for me,
Professionally, that is.
For me being the first time actually talking to you and speaking to you, I always hear Jay talk about what an amazing producer you are. Who are some artists that you've worked with or produced for?
Silk, Dave Hollister. I did a joint on Destiny's Fulfilled, the international version, a joint called Why You Actin'. I work with everybody, not just even on the production side, but touring. I work with Monica, Mario, Charlie Wilson. The list goes on. You started getting hazy once you started naming everybody.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's been producing for a very long time. I mean, back before it became popular. Like now everybody says they're a producer now. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I say that all the time. I tell everybody, I'm a producer, not a beat maker. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you write songs and all. I still remember you had that big studio. I remember I came in there and built a console, and I supposed to build the one for you.
Right.
See, people don't know how.
Yep, I remember that.
People don't know how far back I go in the music game.
Nah, it's been a minute. I mean, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you still doing your thing. So, what made you go solo? Like, what was the inspiration in that?
Well, I sing first. I've always done that. You know what I mean? But I just never thought I was ready. You know what I mean? Honestly speaking, I was like 343 pounds, dude. I lost 102 pounds. So I kind of got my mojo, that's what we call it that. But you know what I mean? Got my confidence up. Like Dave Hollister used to always be like, man, it's time for you to do your record, man. I'd be like, I am. And it went until I started really loving myself. You know what I mean? My thing was, nobody wants to see nobody 400 pounds standing up on stage. That ain't sexy.
Some women find it sexy.
I know, I'm just talking. Yeah, because I didn't have no problems even when I was 400 pounds,
So which one do you like more, producing or being a solo artist?
Well, honestly, I love producing. I love creating. So my mind always working. So I think I'm going to always love producing more. But getting into this artist thing is something to see how people react to what you create. Like, normally, I have to hear somebody be like, oh, I played this song for somebody, they loved it, they did this, but I actually get to see it firsthand now on my music. So,
right.
I think I like producing. I would have to say producing more.
Now, do you like doing it yourself independently? Because a person like you that's been in the music business for so long, you obviously know the good, the bad, the evil, all the cracks,
down, in and out.
So I take it that you're going to stay independent.
That's my goal, Jay. I mean, it has to definitely be the best deal in the world for me to sign a deal. Like, that's the last thing on my mind right now. My whole motto right now is I want my $10. Like, I'm not competing with nobody. I'm not looking at somebody else's bank or how many records they sold. Like, I'm starting out happy with my record. Like, so if I sell 2 records, I've already won. Like, I'm already happy. You know what I mean? Because I get to create the music I want to create. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to stay independent. That's my goal.
Now, do you think, having a history in music that you have, knowing back in the day when to produce a record, you had to deal with record pulls, you had to go around to every club and radio station. Now with the internet being the way it is, do you feel it's a little bit more easier for you?
What's funny, I just had a meeting with the record pool DJs last Monday. I'm going the whole route on purpose, though.
Okay.
Like, because nobody's going that route anymore. Everybody's on Twitter telling each other to buy each other's record. Like, everybody on Twitter got a mixtape or an album. Like, so you're not going to sell any records like that. So I'm going to old school. Like, everything you just said, the record pools, the I mean, even flyers. Like, I'm doing it the old school way, where when people were actually selling records. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, so you doing in stores, mom and pop stores, everything.
I'm trying to go the old route, and I may stick mostly with electronic. You know what I mean? Electronic sales, but as far as promotion wise, I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm definitely going back to the old school, how we used to do back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you had to get out in the street. Like, I'm putting it in the clubs. Like, nobody do it. Everybody want to release their single on Twitter and be like, it's going to blow up. Like, now that everybody on Twitter is releasing a single.
You're right.
That's true. I think that's smarter anyways. More people will buy your music or listen to it if they hear it in the club than if they see it on Twitter.
Well, at the same time, I always use this for an example. You can have 10,000 people follow you on Twitter. That doesn't mean that they're your fans. You just got followers. So people think just because you got a lot of followers, you're gonna make sales, and that's not always true. So, I applaud you for going that route. Now, is the whole album done, or you're still working on the entire album?
Well, the album is 95% done. I got one more song to do with that. That's actually a duet between me and Dave Hollister. We're doing a song together on my record. So that's the last one that has to be done. So after that, I'm done. Like, the single actually drops September 4th, for iTunes and everything. So okay. I've been working this weekend. I went to Chicago. It just got added in Chicago on the college station. And that's another thing. I'm going college stations. I shouldn't be saying all this probably on the air. Hey, but I'm going college stations. You know what I mean? Because my thing is, people migrate to college, and when they go home, they take the new music home with them that everybody may not hear. So that's advertisement in itself. Because everybody want to be the first with the new song.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everybody want to hear it first.
School these guys, man. Look at that. You dropping knowledge right now.
Right.
People.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
Everyone don't know what you're talking though. That's why to me it's important to have pioneers, on the show like yourself, because you've been around the business for so long. So what you're talking, a lot of guys that's listening right now, this is new to them. Because this new technology world has only taught them YouTube and Twitter. That's it.
And Facebook.
Yes, sir. That's true. And because I was just about to say, we live in a microwave world. Like, everything got to be quick, fast. Like, I'm slow walking my album. Like, because I created it, I didn't spend money. I actually did from the first note to the last note myself. Wrote everything. So I don't owe anybody. There's no pressure on me to, I got to put it out tomorrow so I can pay back my investors and do this. Like, so I get to slow walk it and make better decisions than I would if I actually owed a whole bunch of people. So me going to different colleges and meet with DJs in different cities, I can take my time, because $1 million is $1 million, whether it take a year to make the million or whether it take 10 days to make the million. So I'm not rushing.
That's true.
I just want to make great decisions and get it to people that love it. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
And I think not having investors or people over your head, you're able to make good quality music. Because when that pressure comes in, now people worried about deadlines as opposed to great
making
product.
Music, yeah.
Wow. That's true. I need to put that on the t-shirt.
Now, man, listen. I got to get you to confirm something for me real quick.
Let's go.
When you're done with that record for you and Devine Hollister, I better be the first show to get it.
Better be.
And listen, everybody, I promise that Jay the Great will be the first person to get the joint.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That is what I'm talking about. And when you come out to LA or Vegas, because we got stations in both cities, you come and sit down with me and we powwow it, man.
Powwow.
Oh, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. We fam forever.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it so much. Like, you always, but you know what I love about your character? Like, you've always been a stand-up guy. Like, no matter what. If a person say Marcus Devine, you've always been a stand-up dude.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad that I've had the pleasure of meeting you. I always hear Jay talking about you, and I always see you on Twitter, but I've never got a chance to meet you. So I'm glad that we had you on the show, and I'm glad I had a chance to meet you finally.
Right, me too. I'm glad I had a chance to meet you, and I really appreciate y'all too. I really do. I mean, I don't know if you can really hear it through this phone, but I am very grateful for y'all even giving me the opportunity to be on this show.
Absolutely. Now when does the single drop? Like when can people go out and get it, or are you breaking it up that way, or are you actually
September 4th? You can actually buy it September 4th. Like it's gonna be released on iTunes electronically September 4th.
Okay. So what inspired
you to write the song Ground Ball?
Well, let me explain this. My album is called The Matinee. And the reason it's called The Matinee is because I say I don't write songs anymore. I write 3.5-minute movies. And what this song is just a movie. It's a scene in the movie where I call it the song for the insecure guys in the club. You know, you have the guy that come in the club with the finest girl, but he's the only one pouting because everybody's looking at his girl. Like, he don't know she's fine. Like, don't bring her if you don't want people talking. So my thing is, if you bring your girl to the club, that'll be your downfall, because I'm a scoop her up just like a ground ball. Just something to, you know what I mean, to antagonize the dude that they're pouting. You know what I mean?
Right. Is there a video coming out for that? I would love to see it.
Literally, we working on it literally working on the treatment right now.
I better be in that video.
Gee, I want to be a part of everything I do, and I'm not just saying that.
I want to be the DJ in the video spinning the record. I want to be the person that puts the record, spinning it in the club.
Let's get it.
Absolutely. So we're gonna allow you to introduce your single.
Take the floor.
All the listeners right now, this is a true treat. Marcus Devine, the floor is yours. Introduce your new single.
What's up, everybody? This is Marcus Devine on the Good Time Show, and you about to hear my single, Ground Ball.